I just put over 100 miles on the Nike Pegasus 41. Now, do I still love the shoe? Let's get right into it. So if you watched my full review of the Nike Pegasus 41, then you would know that I am a big fan of the shoe, especially if it's for easier paced runs less than 13.1 miles or a half marathon. Now I have ran longer than a half marathon in this shoe, 15, 20 milers. However, I felt that personally for me, this shoe best suited runs under a half marathon distance for me. Now, has that changed? Absolutely not. I still really enjoy this shoe. I think for a half marathon and below, and as long as I'm not trying to run too fast or pick up the pace too much, this shoe does a phenomenal job at keeping me injury free as well as giving me a pleasant experience while I'm running. Now, let's talk about the durability. So starting out with the outsole for the durability, as you can see, my pair definitely has some wear on it, especially on the high wear areas. I would say that the rubber outsole is degrading a little bit quicker than I've experienced in past Pegasus. I think that the reason for that being is that the rubber on the bottom of the shoe is a little bit softer, which contributes to the smooth feeling ride on the cushioning setup. So it makes sense that the rubber is wearing down a little bit faster than normal. Now, with that being said, I would say for an average daily trainer, it's not super below average, it's not below average. I would say it's around average. This is the amount of wear that I would typically see in a lot of my other shoes, so I wouldn't be too worried about the outsole's durability. I personally just wanted to note that in past Pegasus models that I did own, I felt that the outsoles were a lot tougher and the rubber was a lot harder, so they did last longer. But underfoot, you were able to feel that outsole. So it's kind of a give and take situation. If you have a softer rubber on the bottom, it's going to be a little bit more comfortable. You're not going to feel it as much under your foot, but it's not going to last as long. Versus if you have a very hard rubber on the bottom of your shoes, the shoe's going to be less flexible and you're going to feel them on the bottom of your feet. With over 100 miles on the shoe, I would say that the outsole gets a pass from me. I would say that this outsole would probably last me around 300 miles, and I am a bigger runner at 195 pounds. So I would say that the durability on the outsole was average. Moving on to the cushioning setup of the Nike Pegasus 41, we have that full length React X foam with two zoom units, one in the heel and one in the forefoot. As for durability of the cushion and how it's holding up, I would say it's holding up perfectly fine. If anything, the React X foam throughout the midsole has gotten a little bit softer. I wouldn't say that it's deadened at all or it's gone flat, but I am able to feel the zoom units even more than when I took them right out the box, as well as I am able to now feel the outsole when I am running or feel the ground a little bit more. That could be due to the outsole wearing out a little bit, but overall the cushioning was still a pleasant experience. And for me personally, as long as the run is under 15 miles, I still have no problems with this shoe, and I think it's very, very comfortable. So cushioning's durability is pretty good. It does feel a little bit different than it did straight out the box, but that's to be expected, especially with 100 miles. I will say that Nike does have an advantage over other brands. As for those Nike Zoom units, they do last a lot longer than traditional foams in my personal experience. So having that nice Nike Zoom unit in the forefoot and the heel kind of gives me peace of mind when I'm thinking about long-term durability for the midsole, because I know that those Zoom units are always going to be in the shoe and always going to provide a little bit of bounce back, even if the foam does bottom out early. But the foam on this has been perfectly fine. Moving on to the fit and the upper, I would say that the upper has held up phenomenally well. I don't have any rips on my upper, and I don't have any real signs of wear on the upper. If anything, it's just a little bit dirty, but that's to be expected when you're running in the shoe. I will say that the fit on the shoe has gotten a little bit better with time. It's kind of conformed to my foot a little bit better, and I do really love the fit on the Pegasus 41. That's one of the reasons why I gave it such a great review in my full review of this shoe, and nothing's changed with that. If anything, it's gotten a little bit better. It's fitting my foot a little bit nicer. The materials are nice and soft and broken in, and as well as they've been very durable. I haven't seen any signs of ripping or any signs that this upper will break in the near time future. Now, I do take care of my shoes even when I am just throwing them on for a walk. I'm pretty mindful about, making sure they don't get caught up in anything or, dragging the upper on anything. So I would say that I do take good care of my shoes, but I did put a lot of mileage on this shoe. So over 100 miles, and that doesn't include walking. I do choose this shoe a lot just to go out to the grocery store, to walk around, do a lot of things besides running. So The upper, I would say, is very durable, and I don't see them wearing out anytime soon. So overall, the Pegasus 41 has held up phenomenally, especially after 100 plus miles in the shoe, 100 miles running, and probably 30 to 40 with walking. If anything, I would say that the outsole is wearing out just a little bit faster than I would say past Pegasus models have due to that softer rubber on the outsole. But for me personally, I don't think that's a huge deal. I think that the durability was just superior in past Pegasus models, and now they've made the Pegasus durability maybe average compared to other daily trainers on the market. So if it is a trade-off of if you want a softer outsole and a softer feeling underfoot versus, like I said, the harder rubber on the outsole and maybe less flexibility and less of a smooth feeling when you are running in the shoe. But I think that the cushioning as well as the upper also held up phenomenally well for the first 100 miles. Can't wait to put more miles on this shoe. I think that this shoe is definitely going to last at least 250 to 300 miles, and at a price point of $140, it is expensive, for a daily trainer, but I think that that's kind of the market rate for most daily trainers on the market. So I do think that it's a fair price, and I think it's going to last you a good while. So that pretty much concludes my 100 plus mile review on the Pegasus 41. I still personally really enjoy it. I think if you're running anything below 15 miles in one run, you should really enjoy the shoe. And if you like the look of the shoe and you like the design and the colorways, then it just doubles as a nice casual walking shoe as well. So that's going to pretty much wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.